In despair of facing the wolf magic beast that appeared abruptly after having just defeated a bunch of goblins with his dagger now broken, Jinwoo discovers that he has gained impressive agility that allowed him to dodge the steel-fanged wolf. He takes the courage to fight back, but to more of his surprise, he is now capable of sending a powerful blow to the magic beast, sending it flying against the wall. However, Jinwoo knows that he will not be able to take down the animal bare hand. He tries to flee as the beast chases him and thinks for a weapon to use. He discovers that he has access to his inventory provided by the system, allowing him to take out the sword that he got at the double dungeon that was left by Kim Sang-shik to kill the wolf. Two more steel-fanged wolves appears. Jinwoo tries to swing the sword at one of them, but is stopped by the beast's jaw. He inputs more force into his weapon, dispatching the wolf. The second wolf, hesitating to attack, flees. Now alone again, Jinwoo checks for his stats and acquires items instead of magic gems, which he uses to sell to obtain currency in the program. Now thinking how to defeat the boss of this dungeon, Jinwoo spots countless of more steel-fanged wolves that emerged out of the dark. Determined by courage, Jinwoo rushes to dispatch more of the wolves and coming out victorious, slaughtering all of the beasts. He checks his inventory and grabs one of the items he just acquired, a teleportation stone, before walking down into the hallway of the dungeon. Outside, Lee Ju-hee picks up a call from the Hunters Association notifying her that the gate had a dungeon break. She feels guilty about rejecting Jinwoo and agrees to participate as she listens to the person on the phone that they are lacking healers. Back at the Instance dungeon, Jinwoo configures that he has indeed become stronger as he comes to understand how the color of the titles of the magic beasts indicates how strong they are comparatively to him. Feeling hesitant about his capabilities to finally face the boss of the dungeon, he takes the courage to walk down the stairs that he comes across. Initially finding himself in silence in a vast sewer, he notices the waves of the water is coming toward him, alerting him something is coming at him before getting sent colliding against the wall. As he gets up, he confronts the snake magical beasts, Blue Venomfang Kasaka, who is the boss of the dungeon. Taking a brief moment to examine the appearance of the enemy, he tries to strike a blow with his blade with no result of damage. Jinwoo is sent into a body of water nearby by the snake's tail, where he barely dodges its head. Emerging to the surface, he barely dodges a train that is thrown onto him. Standing up to proceed he battle. A flashback appears of Jinwoo's conversation with Song Cheol, telling him that he has been nicknamed as the weakest hunter and encourages him to work harder to prove the wrong. The snake continues to overpower Jinwoo as it sends the man flying through the wall. Attempting more to breach the snake's scale with his sword, he eventually let go of his weapon and uses the force in his hand to break through the beast's armor. Jinwoo puts more force as he grabs onto the snake's armor with the beast flying across the place. Eventually, he is able to put enough force to kill the beast. He acquires the Kasaka's Venom Fang, a dagger made from the boss's fangs. The snake's corpse along with the dungeon disappears, reverting the instant dungeon back into the Hapjeong subway station. As he takes the stair to exit the dungeon, he is spotted by a soldier who scolds him for being here before realizing that he is a hunter and guide him out of the sight. As he follows the soldier, he asks him if magic beasts have got out after a dungeon break. The man replies that most of them were killed with a giant one left, which is something that Jinwoo could feel and detect its location as a result of his enhanced senses granted by the system. The gigantic beast is a blue golem that several hunters are struggling to defeat as civilians at the back are watching with Jinwoo among them. Jinwoo could easily tell that the hunters' ranks were too low to defeat the beast and spots Ju-hee among them, who is trying to healing magic but fails as a result of her trauma she got back at the double dungeon. Jinwoo decides to give them a bit of his aid as he figures out that the boss is only a D rank, lower than the magic beasts he fought earlier as he prepares to throw the sword he used against the boss earlier. The hunters are on the verge of defeat when Jinwoo's sword easily breaches the golem's defense, allowing the hunters to defeat the beast for good. One of the hunters questions how the golem's defense was suddenly destroyed as his and the others' attacks were useless. He asks when a soldier nearby who threw the sword that just flew hit the golem, replying that an anonymous hunter, who is no longer there, at the back did it. The hunter is left speechless by Jinwoo's tremendous power. Jinwoo, having left the site, speaks that the golem was probably already weakened before he threw his sword.